Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe and today we're going to be talking about Viktor Gyokeres. It looks as though a second bid for Bryan and Mbeumo has been placed. Manchester United are looking to get that deal wrapped up. But earlier we were talking about Viktor Gyokeres, me, Jay and Steve, about whether this guy is right for Man United, whether he can translate his skills to the Premier League and whether he brings enough to Manchester United. Let's get into it. Seems like we put a second bid in for Mbeumo.
It's happening, isn't it? It's just going to
feels like it's
get the
happening.
details sorted. I think we're going to get Gyökeres as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just on the fume from everybody else at the moment.
Well, it sounds like
people
Arsenal
are massively trying to cope.
Yeah.
He only scores against Vittoria Setúbal.
Yeah. Although I think he scored a hat-trick against Benfica last season. So he's obviously...
I don't think he scored against Sporting or Benfica this season.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, against Benfica or Porto this season, obviously.
Yeah, is it one of these...
Well, yeah. Factually, he didn't score against Sporting, so...
No.
He didn't score against Sporting. Why would you want him? Who doesn't do
the fact
that?
He's not scored in those games. But then you break down like Messi. You know what I mean? He didn't score against all the top teams all the time.
No. It's harder to score against the best teams.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah.
But also, if United had just won against all of the teams who were shit, we wouldn't be in 15th.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Ronnie quoted something. So, 27 non-penalty goals last season for Gyökeres, 14 of which were against the bottom four. Didn't score against Porto, as you've said, or Benfica in the league. Or Sporting, which this tweet has missed out. And got one against Braga.
If you scroll down, though, someone mentioned this season before where he did do a lot more of that. It's one of the top replies anyway, saying that he has got goals against Benfica and Braga and all sorts.
People were like, Nunes scored 30 goals in Portugal. He's like, yeah, but he also outstripped his XG by about 15 as well. Yeah. It was like a ridiculous season, and now he's way under it.
And also, here, two other points on that. One, Nunes cost them €100 million, 80 with 20 very achievable add-ons. So this guy's going to cost between 25 and 40 million less than that. And also, if we'd have had Darwin Núñez for the last 2 years, we wouldn't have finished 15th.
No, we might have finished 40th.
He's a weird guy,
Núñez. Genuinely, though, he got 20 odd goals and 10 odd assists from the season before last.
Yeah.
So he's not, if he'd have cost 40 million less, he might not have been quite the disaster that he's looked like. If you get him for 60 million and he gets 20 goals, 5 assists, I'd take that for 60 million.
Is he going to be as bad as Rasmus Højlund?
No.
He's played in England. He's played in the Championship, which is a physical league. And people pulling up his stats at Coventry, forgetting that he was literally coming through when he was at Coventry. Let's not pretend he was the finished article.
And they weren't
Coventry.
bad.
Yeah, and he did okay. I think he'll be fine. And I think we're all a little bit burnt by just because a manager knows him doesn't mean he's going to work. Look at Antony. Fine, right? That was obviously a cock up. I think this is a bit of a different story because Antony's numbers were not impressive at Ajax. No. They were
it was 12 goals, 3 assists or something, wasn't it? And also, back to the first point I made, Antony was 90 million euros. He's going to be 65. It's a huge difference in terms of what your expectation is for what you've paid. It's not going to be the same at all.
Do you think this? Sorry, forgive me. I was in the chat then. I was looking at some of the comments. Do you think it works with Cunha and Mbeumo and Gyökeres?
Fuck me, Jay. Look at the forward line we had this year. It was Garnacho, Højlund, and no one.
Yeah.
For most of the season, everyone was injured.
Yeah.
Next season, it's probably going to be Mbeumo, Gyökeres, or could be Mbeumo, Gyökeres, and Cunha. You can't tell me. We've just moneyballed it. What have we done? Let's say, worst case scenario, I think Cunha's 12 to 15 goals next season.
We were talking about this upstairs, I agree with that.
And Mbeumo's 12 to 15 goals next season, right? They might not both hit 20, but you'd think they're going to get 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Let's say Gyökeres really shits the bed and gets half as many goals as he's got this year.
Yeah.
You've got 20 goals. We've just got an extra 50 goals in the front line. Thank you and please.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did we upgrade our... So everything I said this time last year, that forward line don't score enough, it now does. As your first choice. And then you've got Mason Mount in there as a backup. You've got Ahmad in the mix as well, who I think brings in 10. Bruno's got 10 in him. You know what I mean? There's enough goals in there to see us finish top 12.
I can't wait.
Do you have any concerns with Gyökeres?
Loads.
Because I'm beginning to feel like Steve was saying there, Arsenal going for Sesko. You've done a video the maths, you can make math. It can work. I know McCullough's got these reservations about Gyökeres where he says part of that is just a hunch. Maybe that is some of the stats that I mentioned there about his goals.
McCullough's talking about a hunch.
Yeah.
The guy that said 21 is coming since 2013.
I think he's operating on the process there, or the idea that if you keep saying it, eventually it'll happen, but it might not happen in our lifetime. Do you have any concerns because of the way he plays or the system or whatever, or you just like stay where you go?
People about the way he does.
Yeah.
I think he's 6 foot and he chucks people about like he's 6'6". You can't do that in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Defenders in the Premier League are bigger and faster across the board. Players are bigger and faster across the board. Like he's not going to be able to do this sort of bully boy routine that he does now. But when you watch the way he finishes with his back to goal, when he finds space for himself in the box, the way he strikes the ball, just those things in general are better than any of the players that we've got.
Yeah.
So, and for 65 million euros, whatever it would be, it's not so much money that you're like.
There's not 10 strikers in the world who'll do it better than him.
It seems to me to be the ultimate no-brainer.
I think it's just us finding the pennies for it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, let us sell like King Garnacho, Mainu, whoever, Rashford, Anthony.
Well, not, yeah, but
like,
I understand
I
your
think
point.
it's us case of like, can you wait 2 weeks? Like, I think we're literally trying to like sell these dudes, and then we're like, yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Because there's no talk of him going anywhere else.
No, that's the weird thing. Everyone assumed, didn't they, he was going to go to Arsenal because it was like Arsenal need a striker.
That's it. People have changed the tune on him. Arsenal was like, Gyökeres, we win the Champions League, and then they're like, I didn't want him anyway.
Yeah, which is,
Find me them tweets, actually. Find me all those fucking Arsenal twits
They
that have been twittering that and send it to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we get, and it's a big if because you never know, this is Manchester United and things can go wrong. If we get Gyökeres and we get Mbeumo, and there was an update, I think, that Nathan Salt was saying there's no second bid yet for Bryan and Mbeumo, even though Jacobs said there is. Ben Jacobs, we've had them both on the channel, so we'll wait and see which one is right or if that's going to happen. I think James Ducker also from the Telegraph has said there's no second bid made yet, but we believe that is going to be imminent. We'll keep you posted on that. If we get Mbeumo, if we have, well, we know we've got Cunha and you've got Gyökeres, that's looking good. And you know what I like about all those players? I know this is a bit of a silly thing to say, but they play a lot as well.
Yeah,
like we've had so many injuries.
No, they're all fit every week.
Yeah, like we sign players or we have players and you think, oh yeah, there's a great player. Like Mason Mount's a prime example. You on your channel convinced me that Mason Mount would work, and then he's just been injured all the time.
Right, so what you're saying is I'm still about to be proven right.
Well, and Mbeumo,
that's what I hope.
Last 4 seasons.
I'm still not forgiving you for the gegenpress.
37, 38, 25, 38 in league appearances.
Yeah,
all three of them have played in England as well.
Yeah.
I think there's something in that.
No, I agree with that. It's not like they don't know anything about English football or just the general climate or anything. They've all done that. It could work. And also, then you've got a few match winners. At the moment, we've got 2 match winners, really, in Amad and Bruno.
Yeah.
If we're being brutally honest. I know...
Well, now Johnny Evans is gone.
Johnny Evans is out. So you've got Amad and you've got Bruno. If you've got Gyökeres, who can win you the game, Bruno, Amad and Cunha, we've seen what he can do, and we know what Bryan and Mbeumo can do.
I'm going to see if he wants a game for Paddock as well.
Who?
Johnny.